Yesterday, I gave you this question, number 16, and I asked you to just brainstorm and see what you could come up with. It's a little different than all of the other ones we have factored before, but I really think some of you, well, I read your answer, some of you came up with it, and some of you still need a little bit of help getting there. So if we're going to factor, the first thing we need to do, oh man, oops, hang on, is move the 36. So add 36. So I have x to the fourth minus 13x squared plus 36 equals 0. Okay, now, the weird part of this is that I have an x to the fourth power, but there's only 3 terms, so I can't factor by grouping. And there's no greatest common divisor. There's no GCD to take out. So it doesn't look like any of the other ones ended up. I'm going to pretend for just a second that instead of x to the fourth and x squared, this was x squared minus 13x plus 36. So the numbers are still the same, but I changed the exponents on the x's just to make it look familiar to something I've done before. So now we can create a multiply add chart. I need 2 numbers that will multiply to a times c, 36, and add to b, negative 13. Well, I know that negative 9 and negative 4 would add to positive 36, or multiply to positive 36 and add to negative 13. So those numbers work. And if this was my problem, I would have x minus 9, x minus 4. And those would be the factors. Okay, but let's think for a second about what it means to be the factors. If x minus 9 and x minus 4 are the factors of x squared minus 13x plus 13, then if I multiplied it back out, I should come back to x squared minus 13x plus 36. So if I did x times x, it's x squared. X times negative 4, negative 4x. Negative 9 times x, negative 9x. Negative 9 times negative 4 is positive 36. If you combine your like terms, x squared minus 13x plus 36. So that's why x minus 9 and x minus 4 are factors of x squared minus 13x plus 36. So the only problem now is I need my exponents to end up as 4 and 2 instead of 2 and 1. So I know that if I build factors, that minus 9 and minus 4 in the end of my factors is going to get me to the correct negative 13 and 36 part. But I need to change the exponents on the x. If you only have x and x, you're only going to get up to x squared. So if I make this x squared and this x squared, if those are my factors, now when I multiply it out, it should come back to what it began. So x squared times x squared is x4. X squared times negative 4 is negative 4x squared. Negative 9 times x squared, negative 9x squared. And negative 9 times negative 4 is positive 36. So combine your like terms. X4 minus 13x squared plus 36, and it worked. So these are the factors. So yesterday I told some of you to imagine that it was this problem instead. Because you're going to find the end of your factors and the numbers, the minus 9, the minus 4, the same exact way. But now you need to think about what needs to change with your exponents so that if you multiplied it back, you get x to the fourth.